They say heroes wear uniforms, but some walk on four legs. When Daniel Carter, a war veteran, returned home, his battles were far from over. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the feeling of being trapped inside his own mind, these were enemies he couldn't see or fight. His life felt like a battlefield with no end. Then came Max, a calm, intelligent German shepherd trained as a service dog. Daniel didn't trust him at first. He didn't trust anyone anymore. But little did he know, Max would become the reason he'd learn to live again. The first few weeks were hard. Daniel couldn't handle loud noises. Max would stay beside him, pressing gently against his leg during panic attacks. But Daniel often yelled at him, thinking, "You're just a dog. You don't understand?" Max didn't leave, not once. Every morning, Max would bring Daniel his shoes, wait by the door, and look at him with eyes full of patience. Slowly, Daniel began to realize Max did understand. One night, when Daniel woke up screaming from a nightmare, Max jumped onto the bed and rested his head on Daniel's chest until his heart slowed down. That was the first night Daniel didn't feel alone. But the road wasn't easy. Daniel's therapy sessions were filled with setbacks. People stared when he entered stores with Max. Some even said, "You can't bring a dog in here." He felt ashamed, angry, even helpless. One day, a manager refused to let Max inside a cafe. Daniel froze, his hands trembling. Before he could speak, Max nudged him forward as if to say, "I've got you." That tiny act of courage made Daniel stand tall. He explained to the manager what service dogs do, and for the first time, he didn't walk away defeated. Bit by bit, Max gave Daniel something priceless, confidence. But their greatest test came one evening. While walking home from the park, Daniel had a severe panic attack, collapsing near the sidewalk. Max barked loudly, drew attention, and guided a stranger to call for help. That day, Daniel realized that Max didn't just serve him, he saved him. Months passed. Daniel began volunteering at a center for service dogs, helping other veterans learn the same lessons Max had taught him. Then came heartbreaking news. Max was diagnosed with a severe heart condition. The doctors said he didn't have long. Daniel was shattered. The very soul that gave him life was fading. But Max, even in weakness, stayed strong for his partner. He still followed Daniel around, wagging his tail as if to say, "Keep going. Don't stop now." In Max's final days, Daniel sat beside him whispering, "You didn't just serve me, buddy. You healed me." Max passed away peacefully, his paw resting on Daniel's hand. They don't ask for medals. They just stay until their hearts can't anymore. Months have passed since Max saved Daniel's life that night on the sidewalk. Daniel has changed, calmer, more confident, and finally smiling again. He now helps other veterans at the Service Dog Center, teaching them how to trust their canine partners. Every morning, Max walks beside him, proud and loyal as ever. But one day, during a routine walk, Max suddenly slows down. His tail doesn't wag like before. His breaths come shorter. Daniel kneels beside him, concern written on his face. "Hey, buddy, you okay?" Max looks up, eyes full of love, but doesn't move. The vet's words hit Daniel like a bullet. Max has a serious heart condition. He's getting older. He doesn't have much time left. Daniel sits in silence, unable to speak. He looks at Max lying peacefully on the clinic floor and realizes this time he is the one who has to stay strong. But Max doesn't stop trying. Even when weak, he follows Daniel to the door each morning, pressing his head gently against his leg, reminding him, "I'm still here." Daniel starts recording their moments. Every walk, every quiet evening, every glance that says more than words ever could. Max's health worsened. There are days he can barely stand, yet he still looks at Daniel with the same fire, the same loyalty that once pulled Daniel out of his own darkness. One night, a thunderstorm hits. The loud thunder cracks through the sky, the same sound that used to send Daniel into panic. But this time, it's Daniel who kneels beside Max, whispering softly, "It's okay, buddy. I'm here now." The roles have reversed. The protector has become the protected. The next morning, Max doesn't get up. Daniel holds him close, tears falling onto Max's fur. "Thank you for saving me," he whispers. Max looks at him one last time, gives a soft breath, and rests. Weeks pass. The house feels silent, empty, no sound of paws, no wagging tail. Daniel still sets down 2 bowls out of habit, but he remembers Max's eyes, not as a goodbye, but as a message, a keep going. Daniel returns to the Service Dog Center. The trainer greets him with a small smile. "There's someone new who could use your help." A young golden retriever puppy runs clumsily toward him, tail wagging, full of life. Her name is Luna. Daniel kneels, holding out his hand. Luna sniffs it, then gently places her paw on his. For the first time in months, Daniel smiles, really smiles.